Okay. Settle, everyone. Settle down. You there. Settle yourself. Okay. Well. You are all at this assembly today. Sorry, I think I'm dripping. You are here today for an address about the current situation regarding school. Now, I understand to some people that returning to school is a rather strange thing to do during a time like this. It is a zombie apocalypse after all. And yes, returning to school does increase your chances of acquiring the zombie virus, but I mean, you have to think about the economy. I mean, people need the economy, so just come right on back to school. I'm sure your teachers will love to have you for class. Yes. Anyway, things are opening back up again. Schools are opening back up, no more difficult online study. Instead, we will be having face-to-face classes, but you will minimize your likelihood of acquiring the zombie virus if you take precautions, of course, sensible social distancing. If you see a zombie within 10 meters, of course, bring your mandatory shotgun and aim for the head, as the World Health Department have said. It's very imperative. So, we shall be focusing on getting life back to normal. understand that there will be some difficulties getting life back the way it was before, but I'm sure that opening schools back up will lead to some very tasty opportunities. Now, I had a few things to address. Let me see. Oh yes, the curriculum. Well, I assume you likely know that the nature of how the world operates hasn't changed a little bit. And now, as the world has changed so much, now the education must also change. I hope you appreciate this. Of course, there will be some educational changes, and some students will be required to stay back after school for dinner. Now, classes will continue as normal, and the goal will be to just forget about this entire zombie situation. I'm certain I can assure you that there is no one at this school that can present you a threat or danger. Now, if you feel ill, if you feel some inappropriate urges to munch on the calf muscles of 14-year-old children, I recommend you to stay home. And that way we can make sure that this school remains a safe place of education and a refuge from the difficulties of the world at this moment. You all have been so well behaved so far, and I know that my speech is a bit slower than usual, but I have to say that I have been feeling a bit strange recently, and possibly not myself, but there's nothing to worry about. I can still attend school, and my job is very important, and the chances are that I'm infected are incredibly low. Anyway, now, a bit earlier on, I think you'll know that many students from this school have obtained the unfortunate practice of biting each other. Now, this is a great way to spread the plague, if you didn't know that. And so I would advise you children to stop biting each other. Even if you feel an urge to bite, just come and tell me if you feel an urge, and I'm sure we can find something for you to eat. Now, what else? Oh, yes. Now, we do have a series of awards. As is normal for school assembly, it's time to award some children with their best awards. Now, a bit different from normal practice. Instead of coming up and standing in here and holding up your award, instead of standing up here and displaying your award to the school, you can come and go to the room at the back with the other teachers, and you will be given your award in private, and there will be a special student dinner. And the staff of this school would love to have you children for dinner. Now, this award goes to Andrew Simmons for the loudest trumpet playing. Please come up. Can everybody please give Andrew a little bit of a clap? Let's... Please come up here and... Yes. Andrew, please take the door through there, and there'll be some teachers to eat you. There'll be some... Through there, there'll be some teachers to greet you. Sorry. Anyway. Now... Stefiana Gomez. Yes. Everyone, please give a brief applause. Yes. Come up here and... Yes, exactly. Now we're getting the ball going. Zach Torres, where are you? Yes. The best behaved child in the gymnastics team. Okay, Tiffany Alberta. The heaviest wrestler on the sumo team. I think that should suffice for tonight. Now, we have some further things to discuss. Now, I'm not completely sure if you're aware or not, but being in the public system does mean that we are a little bit more susceptible to the spread of the zombie apocalypse. And since we are so close to many high populous living centers which have been notified or categorized as so-called red zones. There are so many near this school that it's very possible that mysterious strangers may wander into the school and want to eat you, abduct you children. And we want you to know that the staff here at this school want you all to ourselves. So if you see anyone at all on school premises that is an adult and is infected, immediately shoot them in the head. But on the off chance that there is a adult entering the school looking for some solace amidst the apocalypse, we'd like you to bring him in to the school, into the special room next to the kitchen tech. We've fitted a new room out with a large metal trough, and we'll talk to them in that room and maybe even give them some meat from the meat hanger. Now, we have to talk about punishments. In a normal environment, punishments would be confined to the judicial system or the police or even your parents, but since a lot of your parents are deceased, and also since the army and police force have collapsed, the school will be handling punishments ourselves. I know this is a bit strange, a world where your teachers also have the ability to imprison you here in this school for bad behavior, but I promise you, once you've been imprisoned for bad behavior, you'll soon be leaving this place, and there is no need to worry. In fact, this very morning we found a inquisitive child who was sneaking into the meat hanger at the back of the school, and we've already had to imprison him, and he's no longer with us. He's been a bit torn up ever since the event. Anyway, so if any of your students have disappeared, I would like to remind you that everything is okay and that all you need to think about is yourself. No need for any sort of associations or collaborations between students, any sort of rebellion or tribal thinking will be identified and sought out by our newly appointed team of peacemakers who will be roaming the school looking for students who are not being cooperative. So, I hope everyone enjoys this new school year. And I know that I will be looking forward to seeing all of you children in class and having some of you for dinner. Get ready for school. Assembly dismissed.